Hello and welcome to Sports Today. I am Gargi Raut and today I am bringing you an explainer from the world of Formula 1. As you can tell, I'll be talking about why Red Bull have a much faster car than Mercedes. Red Bull have always been at the top of the grid, but it has been Mercedes who has dominated through years and years. Time has come where someone like Lewis Hamilton, who has driven a dominating car for years and years, is now talking about how Red Bull is much faster than Mercedes. Let's have a look at what Lewis Hamilton has been saying. I've definitely never seen a car so fast. When we were fast, we weren't that fast. That's the fastest car I think I've seen, especially compared to the rest. I don't know why or how, but he came past me with this serious speed. I didn't even bother to block because there was a massive speed difference. Now here he's talking about the 2023 Saudi Arabia GP, where supposedly Red Bull was faster, about 34 to 5 kilometers faster than the rest of the cars on the grid in a straight. Now these are the claims that have been made by various drivers and teams across the grid, that Red Bull is 1.5 seconds faster than Mercedes. Now in F1, even a fraction of second makes a lot of difference. So saying that Red Bull is 1.5 seconds faster than Mercedes is a huge call. Also, during the 2023 Saudi Arabia GP, RB, like I said, was 33 to 34 kilometers faster per hour faster than most of the rival teams on the straights. And then the final claim that has been made by Lewis Hamilton is that the 2000 Red Bull is faster than the 2014 Mercedes. Now mind you, 2014 Mercedes car was absolutely dominating throughout the grid. No one could get close to it. Adrian Newey, now he is the Chief Development Officer of Red Bull. He's answered back to Lewis's claims, and he's taken it on a very positive note. He said that to hear that from his mouth is special, because his Mercedes, certainly in 2014, at the introduction of the hybrid engines, was so much more dominant than any other car. And the extreme time that he gained against the others was just by driving in a straight line. Now here's something I'd like to point out, is that Mercedes, all these years since 2014, like Adrian said, since the hybrid engines were introduced, was very fast on the straights, whereas Red Bull was faster on the corners. What Lewis did to counter this attack from Red Bull was he used to brake very late, and that's where Lewis specializes. Now to get to the point, why Red Bull is so much faster than the other cars is because they can run lower than all the other cars. Now, to remind you that in the beginning of 2022, FIA had these specifications about the designs and how the teams needed to follow that design. There was a lot of chatter around the grid where they talked about it would make the cars too similar or something, but they also had an opportunity in hand to make your car faster or whatever. Well, Adrian Newey pointed out, and he's kept it all out in the open, on why the Red Bull is faster than the others. Remember when the 2022 cars launched, there was a plethora of problems in the new designs, especially with porpoising. Now porpoising was when the cars could not produce enough downforce and they were just like bouncing up and down the track. Now, they can run lower than the others. That means you can generate more downforce via the underbody than others, and therefore conversely, you can use less wing and achieve a higher top speed. And also, they are able to do this without getting caught with the phenomenon of porpoising. Whereas, if you look at the Mercedes car, they're faster on the straights, but the Red Bull car is faster on the straight and they're also less draggy on the corners. Thank you for joining us. Well, that explains why Red Bull has had a much faster car than the Mercedes. Like, share and subscribe to Sports Today, and don't forget to download the AajTak app.